Rob Otto understands. Let the anger flow through you, and then you don't hold the anger in. Let's go, baby. Ready? We're going to go right now.
Yeah, but I do have to say that Stephen King said he's here to talk to a droid about a space wizard.
These are not the droids that you were looking for, Stephen King. Let me get one sec, guys. Let me get A's volume up. Talk to me, baby.
I'm talking to you. Today is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
All right, and let's go to main.
4th was not with
3
OBS.
and 2 and 1. What? Hold on. Whoa, shoot.
Well, this seems inappropriate.
There we go.
Hi, you guys.
I tried to come up with all kinds of bells and whistles for you guys today. First and foremost, things will go wrong. I will fix on the fly.
Julie Press, nice to see you.
Second most, what up? That's right. That's right.
We're both repping colors, our team colors, so to speak.
This one over here is a little bit.
BB-8.
She's a sympathizer. She's a terrorist sympathizer.
I mean, to be fair, if you guys had to choose which one of us would be rebels and which one of us would not, I'm pretty sure this would be an uncontested thing.
Talk to them for a second.
Hello, every tiny little wrinkle I've ever had is gone. Gone, I say. Oh, he's trying to take my mic away, you guys. So I've been singing Lizzo all afternoon, so my voice is a little bit hoarse. What are you going to do? Oh, that's a lot warmer.
That's better?
No, a little bit warmer. The yellow is me.
You want the yellow?
I do.
I never remember. This one.
That works? Or the one before it works? Whichever.
Better.
Yeah.
That's much better. Okay.
And now you can see my actual age a little bit, but that's fine.
We got some light stands, you guys.
We did. We got light stands.
Give us a second and we'll put on a show, goddammit. Give me one friggin' second.
Scott rearranged his office yet again. Pretty much just the desk from what you guys saw a few weeks ago on the house tour. We got a big rug for the bedroom for the buddies.
We'll fix that right now.
Yeah.
One more second, y'all.
Yeah, Melissa, I would have guessed that you were a rebel. Oh, Jen. Oh, Lord sakes. I've been singing Lizzo that this past Saturday I went out with a handful of my really good girlfriends, and one of them was talking about Damn Time, the video for About Damn Time. And I was like, oh, I got to look it up. Oh, I got to look it up. Oh, I got to look it up. And then I looked it up, and I've been doing nothing else in my head except a rotation.
Over here so I can look at my old mug. I think that looks, it's still a little bright for you.
Good, yeah. A solid rotation of Good as Hell, Tempo,
Good as hell.
About Damn Time. So
all right, now we're back.
Trying to make it work today.
Now we will start the show. All of my Sith brothers, Sith sisters, and Cis peoples. My Sith.
Sith people.
We're off to a great start. All right, let me go over what I got coming up. We have a very, very special show with a very, very important message to bring to you today, ladies and gentlemen. This is like, those of you who are old enough to remember the very special episodes of Family Ties, it's one of those. So what we got coming up here, let's see. It's Intergalactic Star Wars Day. We've got some Star Wars celebration for you. We've got SIGLERbrations, Junkie Pics, Junkie Pets, our own very special May the 4th be with you pup dates, a CRYPT update, and
good thing Auntie's in the house.
A rookie non-Y excerpt, and a new segment that I like to call The New Style, aka all the girlies I like are underage. So that's a big drop for the throwback for you 80s kids. Got some uncomfortable things to discuss with you. Whew. I'll talk about how flustered I got hanging out with this little hot redhead right here. All right, so now, first of all, go through the basics. Holy crap, I should text this number, text 855-955-5095. You get little text alerts, little text alerts letting you know when a new episode is up. Siglerism news, live streams, all the good things. It's great. And also, I'm a little bit behind on our newsletter because I'm working on the CRYPT, goddammit. So you can sign up for you sign up for both those things.
Newsletter. This is sort of like
This is a live newsletter. Yeah. You sign up for both those things, you're going to get all the info, all the fit that's print to sit, as they say. And then the news, and then of course, and boom.
Yeah, we have this coming up on it's still this way. On Saturday, this coming Saturday, our friend Steve Rickyberg, Steve the Iceberg Rickyberg, hence this fantastic art, hosts I think it's 7-hour long happy hour. And he does it just because there's people all around the world. Lots of us are still locked down. Lots of us are still working from home. But this gives us a chance to hang out with each other. Almost always, Scott is doing music, and he does not join. He may wave and say hello. This Saturday, I think he's unavailable. But I'll be working. I hop in there quite frequently. I think it's really a whole lot of fun. So I missed last month because I got my fourth COVID booster, or my second COVID booster, I mean. and I had to sleep the entire day. But I'm going to be there on Saturday because I dig it, and you should join.
Okay, so there is that, and now we're off to a great start. We got a lot of content for you guys right now. First of all, this
Hey,
of course
Millicus, nice to
is
see you.
Intergalactic Star Wars Day. Let me adjust this 1 second, Peanut. I know I'm not supposed to touch anything, but there we go.
Iceberg.
Close enough.
Iceberg.
Close enough. So,
Karen,
first
nice
of all,
to see you with your new internet.
a little bit of news about my cousin, Merciless. He has become ordained in the Church of the Sith, perhaps, and he is now
It's certainly the Church of Satanism, but I don't think you get ordained there.
Well, I think you can. But he is now the good minister Merciless. The good minister Merciless prepared a little something for Star Wars Day last year, and we're flowing it out. We flow things. It's what we do. I'm flowing it out again here. First of all, I got to do the black square. Oh, you son of a bitch. I can't win. I just can't win. Let's do this, and I'll fix it here. What?
Yeah,
As I said, you guys, we're having a terrible, terrible time with things today.
If I still got to talk about Lizzo, I'll do that. There's no problem there.
And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The bass player for Super Weapon, my
rumors.
beautiful, lovely, amazing, highly talented, intelligent, and dark side cousin, Minister Merciless. There, you know what? I tell you what, this OBS, I'm going to smack it in its mouth. I'm going to smack it right in its mouth. Okay, hold on. Yep, there we go. That is our tribute to all of you lovely Darksiders out there for This is Saint Merciless Day.
I don't think that is true. We're not starting another
quickly.
thing.
We're going to go over some of our Star Wars toys. Of course, I stole this back from my cousin, who is a little bit grabby hands. My bobblehead Vader, the greatest Jedi of all time. The true prophet of the religion, right here, you guys. Hey, show the dog toys we got.
Oh, we have so many dog toys. I might have mentioned last week, I have my brother and sister-in-law are big dog people, and they always send our pups Treatos for the holidays. I love this one the most. You have to help me hold these.
Okay.
These do. You can't really tell yet what this is.
Mel, that guitar is actually called the Vader, and I have a second one called the Death Star. It looks a lot like it.
This is an Easter basket they just got. The Death Star Easter basket. It's so great. And then, of course, Reese has this toy.
That's my girl.
And then Squeaky has this she loves this toy so much. This is her very favorite kind of toy, which is why there are two of them where you got to dig the things out from in between. And this is like a little space hot chocolate, I guess. And obviously Squeaky loves this. She plays with it pretty much every
them
day.
mugs up, man.
And then I added this for fun from the cantina. Don't sass me. It works. Fabuloso. And then real quick, baby. Yes?
Your favorite part of Star Wars. Putting you on the spot. Called you out. Any of the Star Wars favorite part?
Obviously BB-8.
BB-8, yeah.
Obviously,
you do love the BB-8.
I love him so much. So we were not even dating yet, and Scott got me a birthday gift. And if you guys know, Sphero, the company Sphero, makes a little toy that you control with your phone, and it zips across the land. Maybe we were I can't quite remember. But anyway, I got for my birthday
that. You got that because you were so boss and baller. I'm like, gotta get my partner something deep.
Maybe,
something
but
good.
So it's this little BB-8, and you use your phone, and it zooms across the floor. And I wanted it so badly that I wanted to buy it when it first came out, and I couldn't obtain it. And a few days later, he was like, "Oh, I got you a birthday, whatever." And I opened it, and I was so excited that I took the entire package, the whole box and everything, and I ran directly in the opposite direction from Scott because it was my BB-8.
Held it up overhead. I'm the one who gave her the present. Held it up overhead, ran away, went, yee, and ran away with it.
I ran away with it so that he wouldn't touch it.
And listen, you guys, this is a very loving nerd couple. We have a lot of nerd moments, too many to count. That was the single nerdiest moment I have ever seen A do, where she was just so elated with the BB-8 toy. She picked it up over her head, ran away with it, went, yee, like to get it away from me, I guess, because she thought I was going to steal it from her.
That he gave me. What about you? I fear asking this question.
I will tell you. Let's get back to the main cam. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Let's have a talk. Clearly, the most important part, the best scene ever in all of the Star Wars saga, episodes 1 through 9, including Rogue One, including all of the glorious cinematography that there is to choose from, and the rather paper-thin yet engaging characters, and the fantasy story that is Star Wars. There's a political message in Star Wars. There's a political message. And that message is, when you have some old dude who's mucking up the program, you got to put a lightsaber bitch slap on him. The best moment in Star Wars was when Darth Vader cut down that terrorist leader in his stupid brown terrorist robes and his stupid brown terrorist beard, and he just cut him. He cut him so bad. He cut him so bad, dude fucking evaporated. That's the best moment in Star Wars. Obi-Wan, the terrorist Kenobi, got what was coming to him. Got what was coming to him. And that's my favorite moment in Star Wars. And I think everyone agrees that it's clearly the best moment ever in Star Wars. This tab may be shot to hell. This might take me a minute. No, it worked. Holy shit.
This isn't even our high on episode.
It worked. Holy shit. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go real quick. We'll go over all our books. Stone Wolves, episode number 32 is up. Episode number 33 goes this Sunday. That is the final episode of the audiobook. The next 2 episodes after that are going to be question and answer episodes. That's in the podcast feed. That'll be audio only. However, is it next Wednesday? It's next Wednesday, right? This Sunday. Yeah. Next Wednesday and the Wednesday after, we're doing our live Q&A episode for the Stone Wolves and other things that you might want to know about the GFL, the Crypt, and all of that other good stuff. So we're going to do 2 episodes live. We've got a ton of questions already. If you got a video question you want to send in, vertical only on your phone. Vertical, 30 seconds, no more. Send that to info@emptyset. Please make it vertical. Don't be a smartass. And don't edit it. Just do your question, send it in. We have so much that we're going to have to cut stuff off. It's going to be total of 2 hours. We're not even going to get to everything. Which is great because we love that. But,
and I will say, I will ask you guys if you would please, please try and resist the impetus to say, gosh, I've been listening this, I love this, and because that takes up more than 30 seconds. So, first time caller, long time listener, whatever, short and sweet to the point would be easier because we can't run a show where literally every question starts with that.
And I think you should say my name. So say my name. All right, real quick, just for Mr. Happy, who said the best scene in Star Wars was Darth Vader going off at the end of Rogue One. And we got to wait for it to cycle through. But I think you can see it. There it is, Chris. That's what you're talking about. Vader, physics, what is it? Doesn't matter. Physics are a silly thing. Pshaw. Doesn't matter at all. Okay, I'll get to that when I get to the crypt. Speaking of completely ignoring physics. Let's see. So now back to books. Sorry, boom. Let's rock through this. You guys are still rocking it for us. Appreciate that. Mount Fitzroy is now up to 3,546 reviews. Could not be happier. I want to buy all of you a soda. Earth Core now is
boxes for
192 away from. Do I have that right? No, not. I'm not so good with math. 192 reviews away from 12,000, and it's great. If you guys haven't reviewed those on Audible, please go do so. Review them on Amazon. That other than buying the books and being your own lovely selves with your lovely booties, the best thing you can do to help us out. And then the Stone Wolves. now at 332. We got to pump that bitch up to 500. We got to get that
Hey,
up.
Nico, nice to
Audible
see you.
customer review.
Hey,
Kindle
Al.
customer review, Amazon customer review, Barnes & Noble customer review. Right. Jennifer understands physics schmizics. So, and now let's see. And then I think that is all of the books. Yes. No. Oh. Let's talk about the CRYPT, ladies and gentlemen. The CRYPT.
Oh, you guys.
Shakedown, the CRYPT book 1. It's all I do.
Hey, sis.
There has never been a moment in my life where I have not been working on the CRYPT. There will never be a moment in my life where I am not working on the CRYPT. I'm in CRYPT hell. That is all I do. That's all I'll ever do. I will die working on the CRYPT. But right now, we
Is
are
it the
about...
only thing you've ever written?
It's the only thing I've ever written.
Is it the worst thing you've ever written?
It's the worst thing I've ever written.
Is it the best thing you've ever written?
No, it's terrible. So that apparently the best thing I've ever written is in that big random channel in the middle of the Death Star that doesn't seem to serve any purpose. It's in there. It's in there somewhere.
It serves a very important purpose, you guys.
Terry Davis, if you feel that way,
Hey,
make sure you
Terry.
review that stuff. About 45% of the way through. If
Say hi to Mary for me, please.
If you guys were here last week, I said it was probably 120,000 words, or I made a Facebook post to that effect. Today, looking at it, was able to condense a couple chapters, look at the changes I had made, which eliminated other chapters we need to do. Now we're down to, I'm guessing about 113. This could completely go south. It could wind up being 150. I don't know. But right now, I think it's about 113, 55,000 words through it. So about 45%, to honor Gilbert Godfrey. It's about 45% done. It's about that, almost halfway. That's my Gilbert Godfrey. It's not good. It's not good. I'll work on it.
It's not bad.
We've been having our cocktails at night and calling up Gilbert Godfrey doing his roast videos of him at roasts. Just a savage. Just a savage,
he's the
shameless
same
comedian.
Brilliant, sharp-witted, sharp-tongued kind of comedian that George Carlin was, I think.
We watched him do 10 minutes of gay jokes to George Takei's face. And it was...
to George Takei's absolutely
and George
hysterical
Takei
face.
was dying. Everyone was dying, and everyone's laughing like, nobody should be laughing at any of these jokes. This is so uncomfortable.
Except
but
they weren't.
The way he delivered it...
Yeah, because they weren't inappropriate. They were just... Not everybody can be that clever.
Yeah, not everybody can be... Not everybody can do what Gilbert Gottfried could do. All right, so that's the Stone Wolves. So get your Q&A. We did that. Updated fits, Stone Wolves, etc. Now we're on 45%. SIGLERations. Coming up...
Oh my goodness, you guys.
Coming up,
so
we have
many.
the empty set pup dates. We've got junkie pets. And then the pup dates are very May the 4th be with you centric. Then we're going to do a 15-minute read of The Rookie, the naughty version, which is coming up for you guys in the next podcast. And then content item number 6, all the girlies I like are underage. If we still have time, we'll go to questions. I know some of you got shit to do. Understandable. Either come back and watch this after or reschedule.
Here.
Bonnie, stick around, Bonnie. Either watch this after the fact or please stick around because... my new segment called All the Girlies I Like Are Underage might be the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done on this show. And I think I will be red in the face and you guys might actually enjoy it.
So you guys, our good friend Bonnie Burton just joined in the YouTube chat, so you might not be able to see her, but
Bonnie is the queen of Star Wars.
Is the queen of Star Wars.
Star Wars royalty.
The first time I ever met Bonnie was at a Comic-Con, was at a party at Comic-Con, and if you are familiar with crafting and Star Wars, and I know there's Emily McGregor, you're probably one of them out there. There's a handful of you out there who are super crafty. Tasha Vladimiroff, you're another. Bonnie is responsible for Admiral Sackbar, which is a puppet made out of a brown lunch bag. That's Admiral Akbar. I love Admiral Sackbar so much, and the first time I ever met Bonnie was at a party, and she had a puppet with her, and I hope she doesn't remember that meeting because I literally was like, and that's almost all I did, and then I ran away. But she worked forever for Lucasfilms, and she's part of our SIGLERations. Let's go look.
All right, let's go back. Let's go to Maine, to Junkies, to Boom. And all right, we're starting with Junkie Picks. Are you ready, sweetness?
I am.
Here we go.
Okay, you guys all know Bruce McLaughlin. This is he and his lovely new spouse, Emma, on their wedding day, which was May 1st, which was also a holy day for them. They are both huge junkies. Bruce is such a lovely guy. You guys, if you've been around for a while, you know one of my favorite exclamations is San Dimas High School football rules. And he lived and and raised his kids in San Dimas, so sent me a San Dimas High School T-shirt, like from the gym class uniforms or something. I love it so much. As you guys know, I don't wear boobvertising very much, but it's one of my favorite sleep shirts. I don't know how to move this forward.
Do this. Here we go. Do the next one.
Okay, this is Emily McGregor. She posted it on Facebook. Hopefully you're in the chat room. She works for a bookstore chain, and she's opening a new bookstore. And she had to take a selfie with the first Sigler book she pulled out of the bins. And if you look behind her, those are all the bins she has to unpack to open the new store.
Jesus.
So she had to celebrate when she found the first Sigler book that she would unpack.
Congratulations.
Obviously, Phalanx.
Obviously, this bookstore is headed for massive success.
Of course.
Because if this is the first book you take out of the bins, there's zero question you're going to do great. And what's all this?
So exciting. So this is Munchkin Pond. Scott and Tori Pines.
I believe she's in the blue and the purple and white, right?
Well, yeah, it's royal blue and gold and white. She's right there.
I have to root against her.
Well, okay, but just listen.
Okay.
She is on the varsity. She's on the varsity softball team. She hit a handful of 2 out of 4 at bats the last game that she had, and the first hit resulted in a scoring run, making her the first of her high school career, which is super fun, and her first of this season. So that's her about to run from
Did you tell her
base.
that, like, one more bad bounce, one more grounder with the eyes is the difference between doing AAA and being in the Hall of Fame? Did you tell her that?
I didn't tell her any of that.
Well, you know
but what I will
she
say...
needs to watch Bull Durham. Anyone,
Well,
you may, in the text chat, you may now enter all of your favorite Bull Durham lines. Go ahead.
She's in high school, so... maybe should wait a little. I don't know. It's up to her parents. And
Bull
they will
Durham might
decide.
not be a high school movie. That's a good point.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to say, a million
Bye,
congrats
Karen. Come back and
to,
watch us on the rewind. There's some funny stuff coming up.
Congratulations, Karen. Karen just had a great grandchild.
Holy
I think.
cats.
Congrats.
Holy cats.
I want to say this. That is Munchkin Pond in the middle, in the blue and gold and
she's
white.
playing-
And that's a gorgeous photo.
And she's
and
playing the
that was her.
Krakens. She's clearly playing the Krakens. So,
exactly.
sorry, Munchkin. Next. Hey, I cannot believe this kid growing up in little snippets of our life.
Yes. So
crazy.
if you guys don't know, this is Paul Harvey. And Paul Harvey, if you've been a junkie long enough, you first met Paul as CB, which way back in the Earth Core days stood for Earth Core was Earth Crack. You needed it every week, and he was the crack baby. And that's what CB stood for. And then it became CB. And now this is this full-grown human being, young man, who is celebrating he got his academic letter last night, which is very impressive, I think. And for maintaining a GPA of 3.9 or higher throughout his high school career. For his freshman year. I guess that's both. So far, he's been taking 2 honors classes and has been accepted into the Honors Institute. It's a huge thing. Congratulations.
Baller. Straight baller. We've got so many pictures of him when he was so little. They would dress him up not dress him up. They'd put a Krakens jersey on him. And it would come down like they had to roll it up. Like the whole jersey was past his ankles. And then they would put him next to a stack, I believe that 11 rookies or 11 starters.
Whatever the book
And the stack was taller than he was, with just this giant grin on his face. He looked like you when he took the BB-8.
We'll find some of those. They are so fantastic.
And now we've been in this friggin' game for so long. We've been in this game 15 years. And now, like, this is what happens. This is a person who I think was just born when I started out, or not quite yet?
The first time that you met the Harveys at all, Stephanie and JP, if I'm not wrong, she was pregnant.
Hey,
they were overseas then, so she would play. She would put headphones on her belly.
That's
and
why
play
he turned out so great.
Yeah.
That's why he turned out so great. And Julie Press out there in the chat room. Yes, all the kids got to stop growing up, except your daughter, because she does an enormous amount of work for us here.
She's one of our favorite people, and she works really hard for
She works her ass off, and she thinks on her feet and is very clever. And when I send a message to be like, I don't know what's happening here, she goes and she figures it out and gets the answer. So I'm very impressed with her. Very impressed. She's
an extraordinary, exemplary human being. But here's my favorite thing that I shouldn't say out loud, but it's about to get worse for me. Twice now I have paid. She does a freelance work for MTSAT, and twice now I have paid her 2 times in 2 days for the same payroll, and she'll just send it back like, "Hi, sorry, you already paid that yesterday." Like, so sweet. She could keep it. I'd never know. Not that she would, but it's very funny. She doesn't even mention like,
All right.
hello.
Next one.
Okay,
come
so
on.
you were just mentioning this.
Come
So
on.
this is Demetrius Dysart. David Dysart says, "I love the books and SIGLERinPLACE. I don't get a chance to watch live, but I never miss the recording. My wife recently gave birth, and I wanted to share the littlest Kraken with the whole gang." This is Demetrius.
I think you both gave birth. I think he's just as much part of the birthing process, in my opinion.
Well, she did the
in
work,
my
but
male
he
opinion.
created it
Yeah,
too.
you know.
They're 50-50 owners, I think.
50. However, baby, is kidnapping illegal still? Because
Absolutely.
we could snag that one.
You want to go
It's
to the next one? Because it's also... Oh, come on. It says
Rookie of the Year.
Come on. He's such a sweetheart. It's so cute. Oh, congratulations to the whole clan.
Listen,
Guys, congratulations.
all I'm saying is don't invite me over for dinner because we're stealing that kid. No question about it. That's a straight class 1 felony. Moving on, there's
this,
our
as I
lovely,
mentioned,
amazing
this is our-
friend, Bonnie Burton.
Yes, this is Bonnie, who is in the chat room on YouTube, so I'm not sure if everybody can see her, but this is her marrying R2, obviously. She said, "Oh yeah, this photo is from when I officially, but not legally, married R2-D2 at one of the early Star Wars celebrations to promote the Lucasfilm Chapel. I literally was married to my job," which I find fantastic.
Oh,
What?
Mr. Carter! Mr. Carter! Oh, Mr.
happening?
Carter! Did she get married at the mall? Yes! Woo! That's so good. Even Rob Otto's in it. Rob Otto's slow clapping right now. Got married at the mall. Those of you who don't know Star Wars aren't going to get it. I'm not going to explain it to you.
She also says Adrienne Curry, who was the winner of America's Next Top Model, was her maid of honor, and it ended up getting covered by all the tabloids. It was
Oh my
hilarious.
God, fabulous.
And I believe it was
Fabulous.
hilarious, but I love this photo so much.
All right, and
happy,
then
May 4th
I
to you,
think
Bonnie.
that does it all. Thank you, Nelson. I appreciate recognizing the comedic genius that is Scott Sigler. Now we go to now next part. How many time we got? 32. We got to get cooking. Pup date. That, ladies and gentlemen, in the bottom right corner is
nice
none other
work.
than Squeaks
BB Great.
in her BB-8 outfit. It's lovely. Are you verklempt?
I know. I love
surprised
this.
you with that
BB
one.
Yes, I know. It's BB Great. That's what I called her in that little outfit. She no longer fits in that tiny outfit.
Remember,
sadly.
this is the first dog A's ever had. A's had a bunch of cats, and they've been awesome cats. But I told her, like, you're not prepared. You're not prepared for the more simplistic, more simple-minded focus of a dog that adores you. And this dog absolutely adores her. And let's go to the big pup pick. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not a fan of dressing up dogs. I don't believe in it. A does. I will make an exception, however.
and their godmother does. Too,
There's a
by the way.
couple of pictures for which I will make an exception. One is Reese and me dropping a rap album. I love that picture. And the other one is this. It's beyond spectacular.
It's so good. What? So you guys know. So this is Squeaks as BB-8 and Reese obviously is Leia. And oh my Stella Bella.
Stella Bella is the greatest Jedi of all time.
Greatest
The
Jedi
greatest
of all
Jedi.
time. 100%.
Ah, Bonnie Burton got my joke. Yay! She got married at the mall.
Many people got
Okay,
it.
good,
Yeah.
good. I was hoping.
But-
I'm not so good with jokes, you guys. If I have time to write a joke out over many weeks in a book, it's not bad. Verbal jokes off the top of my head, I don't know, not so good.
I know, Robin. Isn't Stella adorable
Stella's
here?
so
and she's
adorable.
even got like the mean mug, which is not her strong suit going on.
Oh, shit. No, I did get it, I think. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. All right. Ready?
I think so.
Okay, here we go, and we'll turn this off. It's time for the Pets of the Junkies.
Okay, so this is Tim Clark. And Tim, there's going to be 2 photos, so give this a minute and then click to the next one. But I love this so much. He says, here's two pics for next week's SIGLERinPLACE. Me, Floof the dog, who you'll see in a second, and Baby Moose, just doing Alaska stuff.
Oh.
Which I love so much. Look, Floof the dog is like, hi, Baby Moose.
That's a baby moose, ladies and gentlemen. Tori, that's a baby.
It's
baby.
apparently a baby moose.
Probably like 5 weeks old, you know. Tim's...
And Tim's in the chat room on Facebook, and he says, I'm on the left in this photo.
I tell you what, I don't know if Alaska is this fun for everybody, but this dude makes Alaska. This dude enjoys Alaska.
Tim is the reason Scott wants to visit Alaska.
What's up, Matthew? I'd love to go to Alaska. I can't wait. We're going to do that. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Hopefully when my cousin's band is rocking, we can go somehow be paid to go all the way to Alaska, play for 7 people and pound a bunch of beers, have a moose out there in the audience.
I mean, I'll pay you for that.
Be great. And what do we got here?
Okay, so earlier this show I mentioned Munchkin Pum. This is the taller of these two lovely, beautiful girls in this photo. But the other one is our doggy this week, because this is Neffy, and I love Neffy and her mama and her family very much, and I wanted to celebrate Neffy, who's working really hard to get better from a few little things, and she also definitely understands that only she can prevent forest fires, so she's got a fire hat on, and she's going to take care of business.
She's taking care of business. And pink forest fire hat, very good.
I mean, yeah, well, because only they can prevent forest fires.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we have approximately 25 minutes left in the show. This piece is approximately 15 minutes to read. I'm going to read it. And then we're going to go immediately into...
Your most uncomfortable?
The new segment entitled All the Girlies I Like Are Underage, which I won't be able to read this after, so I will do this now. So this is a little bit of a bonus episode thing, because we're about to launch the Rookie adult version, the original version of the Rookie. Some of you watching now literally weren't even born when this, well, I mean, you were little. Some of you were very little when this came out. And then we had it's a longer conversation for another time, but in short, I tried to get the Rookie put up on the iTunes store when it first came out. Mm-hmm. They rejected it because of the bad language. And I lost my mind, because at the time, you could go get a 50 Cent album. You could go watch Rosemary's Baby. So, I mean, clearly violence was an issue. The Rosemary's Baby language was an issue. You got all kinds of rap on there, had a lot of aggressive lyrics. It was something about it being a book with foul words that they refused it. Mm-hmm. And my marketing engine got going. I'm like, oh snap, the biggest computer company in the world just banned me. I got banned. I'm like, what? I see the dollar signs. Like, I'm going to cash in. So I wrote one guy knew at Apple, and he said, hey man, before you flip out, let me go talk to somebody. The person he talked to happened to be the person in charge of the iTunes store, who happened to be a former English teacher, who then got a hold of me and said, you know what, maybe you should think about this. I've got so many kids I used to teach who would love this. There's nothing like this for them. If you would take the dirty language out, it might, get some kids into reading.
So you being this Midwestern boy.
She got me. Might get kids into reading.
Might get kids like me, like I was, into reading.
Yeah. And she friggin' had me. So this is the original version of the Rookie, which you guys are going to get the podcast for. There's cursing in it. If you've got kids watching that aren't the gorgeous baby that we're going to kidnap and, dress in the cracks.
Demetrius, yeah.
That little age, it's okay. But then, here we go. You may not find me for swearing on this.
Yeah, this is performance.
This is literature. The second day of practice saw Quentin, Pine, and Yitzhak once again descend the lift into the orange end zone. The Sklerno receivers were there, this time in full pads, but so were Human and Quith Warriors, the linebackers, and 8 new Sklerno, the defensive backs. All the defensive players wore black jerseys, while offense wore orange. Did they worship Pine too? Quentin asked Yitzhak, while pointing to the Sklerno defensive backs. They do, but in a different way. He leads the team, unifies us, and that makes him greater than a normal being. The receivers view catching passes as a blessing, almost a gift from God. The defenders see a pass as a challenge given to them by God, a test of their will and physical abilities. To continuously fail to stop the passing game means they are unworthy, or something like that. The 3 quarterbacks reached the end zone and started to warm up. 3 orange-jerseyed humans jogged from the center of the field to greet them. Warburg and the other 2 tight ends he had not yet met. Warburg gave Quentin a warm handshake. Warburg introduced the other 2 men. This is Yotaro Kobayashi and Pancho Salzgiver. Quentin shook their hands. Yotaro was the biggest, at 7'1", 380 pounds. He had a shaved head and 3 short parallel scars on each cheek. Salzgiver had pure white skin, like Yitzhak, with ice blue eyes and white hair. At 6'10" and 355, he was the smallest of the 3. Quentin shook both of their hands. Hokor's hovercart floated down, and everyone pulled on their helmets. And I don't have the vocal filters because I'm doing this live. It's like, let's get started, Hokor shouted before his hovercraft even reached ground level. Starting O, get on the goal line. We'll work on the tight package. Quentin started to move toward the goal line when he heard the word starting O, then remembered he was not the starter. Pine lined up in the goal line, ass facing the end zone. Kobayashi lined up as the left tight end, and Warburg as the right. Scarborough lined up wide right, with Haywick 2 steps inside him and 2 steps behind him. The defensive back showed bump and run coverage, playing directly in front of Scarborough and Haywick. 3 linebackers spread out in their normal positions for a 3-4 defense. The outside linebackers were Quith, one of whom wore number 58. He was the guard that had stun-stick Mumo Killowy into submission on the landing dock at the Combine. The middle linebacker, number 50, was human. He radiated lethality in a way Quentin had never seen or felt. Pine barked out the signals, and the receivers sprinted out on their patterns. He dropped back 5 steps, planted, and bounced a half step forward. The receivers sprinted out on their patterns, Scarborough on an in route, Haywick on a post, Kobayashi on a 10-yard in hook. Author's break. This clearly, this is very, very, very simple football to me. At this point, I thought I was explaining football very simply. This is
It's so complex.
15 years later, I'm like, oh shit, I should have explained all these passing routes and stuff. This is, what the fuck?
There are a lot of you in the chat room right now, and so many more of us in the world. But my first exposure to trying to actually understand football, other than my brother's little Coleco game, was this, and it was different.
It was
you
tough.
guys.
This is tough.
It was so long before I understood the difference between offense and defense, to the point where I was like, okay, so is the quarterback defense, because he seems like he's defending, and he'd be like, what are you talking? After that was like 6 years after that.
Yeah. So this is the way it goes. Now, this will come into play in the crypt because I'm explaining everything and then figuring out what to not explain, which I forgot to talk about in the crypt, but we might get to that. Here we go. I'll try and speed this up a little bit. The defense dropped into coverage. Salerno defensive backs drifted into a zone, and Tweedy backpedaled straight back 5 yards. But it was the movement of the Quith outside linebackers that shocked Quentin. They didn't run. They rolled to their positions, tucking up into a ball and rolling out, literally, to cover the flats before they popped open like some jumping spider, arms and pedipalps out waiting. Kobayashi was open on the hook, but Pine didn't throw. He checked through his reads, 1, 2, 3, 4, then turned and gunned the ball to Warburg, who had hooked up at 4 yards and drifted into the flat. Warburg caught the pass and turned upfield before Hokor blew the whistles. The players lined up again. Why didn't he hit Kobayashi? Quentin asked Yitzhak. See number 53? That's John Tweedy, starting middle linebacker. All Tier 2 last year. He's got phenomenal quickness. Warburg looked open, but even on a 10-yard bullet, Tweedy can get to the ball. He also pretends to be slower than he is. He'll do it for most of the game if he has to lull the quarterback into a pattern. When the ball is finally thrown at Tweedy's zone, it's because the QB thinks he can't get to it. He had 6 interceptions last year. Quentin looked at the bulky linebacker. Something seemed to be on his face. Scrolling letters. Hard to see, but still legible under the face mask. What's up with his face? Does that say, you rookies smell like nasty pussy?
No, wait, I need another sip. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
It's been a while, y'all. Yitzhak laughed. Yeah, probably. Tweety has a full body tattoo. A tattoo?
This will be fun.
A tattoo, but it's moving. Sure, it's an image implant. Lots of guys in the league have tats. You've never seen one before? Quentin shook his head. Not like that. They embed little light emitters in his skin. They can make changing patterns, words, whatever. Tweety went for the full package. Complete skin coverage with a cyberlink. He can think of words and they play on his face, his forehead, his chest, wherever. Tweety stood and pointed. I'm sure. I know I got some old schoolers who've been waiting for this. So here we go. Got to get in the zone. Tweety stood and pointed at Pine. How's that arthritis, old man? Tweety said in a gravelly bellow. Pine rose up from center. A little rough, Johnny. You gonna give me another rub down like you did last night? The entire team laughed, including Tweety, who flipped Pine off with both hands. Stop this human bonding nonsense, Hokor called out. Run the damn play. Pine settled in under center and got back to business. Quentin watched carefully as the offense he'd studied on holos and on his message board came to life. Each play had several patterns for each receiver, depending on how the defense lined up. Were they in woman-to-woman? Were they in prevent defense? Were they in a zone underneath with two deep coverage over the top? At the snap of the ball, the receivers had to read the coverage and make route adjustments. These adjustments were just as planned as the original play itself. The linebacker blitzed, the tight end changed his route for an out to a short hook. If the linebacker faded to a middle zone, the tight end kept a short hook. If the linebacker bit the run fake and came forward, then dropped back, the tight end changed from the short hook to a 15-yard streak. Editor's note, I sincerely hope I edited this out of the final, like the version we did, because holy shit. How did I think anybody who didn't know football was going to understand this? It's crazy.
You made them the excerpts that were
I
helpful.
know, but that was for the next... that wasn't this book. All right, here we go. We got to get the funny stuff. The quarterback had to know the patterns for every receiver. This was my message to my nerd friends who hated football, to try and get people to understand how complicated the position of a pro quarterback is. Here we go. The quarterback had to know the patterns for every receiver, for every play, and the variations on every pattern based on defensive alignment. On top of that, the quarterback had to know every pattern adjustment for every route based on the reaction of the defensive players after the snap of the ball. Each receiver had at least 3 pattern options. For a 4-receiver play, that meant 4 patterns multiplied by around 6 defensive sets, multiplied by 3 patterns, resulting in 72 possible routes for every play. The quarterback had to read the defensive coverage while dropping back, know where his receivers were supposed to be, and usually make the decision to throw within 4 seconds of the snap. And that was just the beginning. Defenses did everything they could to disguise coverage, so the quarterback would think he saw one thing when in fact the defense was setting a trap. The quarterback had to be able to see through this ruse within his 4 seconds. The most complicated aspect of the whole thing was that a quarterback often had to read the defense and throw the ball before the receiver made his cut, so the ball would be there as soon as the receiver turned. For this to work, both the quarterback and the receiver had to make the same read at the same time, or the ball might sail long as the receiver turned up short for a hook pattern. And then there was the obvious pattern that most football fans forgot. The quarterback had to do all of this while 600-pound key linemen and 300-pound blitzing human and Quith warrior linebackers and the occasional fast-as-lightning blitzing Sklorno safety were trying to get to him and forcibly remove his head from his shoulders. And yet, the stereotype of the stupid jock had persisted for centuries. It never ceased to amaze Quentin when people thought football players were just muscle-bound morons. He'd like to see a physics professor do algorithmic calculations while being chased around by a 600-pound monster that was known for eating its enemies alive. Pine ran through all the plays, effortlessly reading every defensive adjustment. His skill clearly frustrated the defense, but at the same time, Pine usually completed passes for only 5 or 10-yard gain. He ran through 30 plays with no interceptions, completing 22 passes, but only 3 for 15 yards or more. Yitzhak, Hokor called out on the loudspeaker. Take over. Quentin bit his lip in anger. This second-rate bench warmer was taking reps before he was. Quentin calmed himself. This early in the season, each quarterback would get the same amount of reps. Once the first game was out of the way, practice time would become so precious that very little of it could be used for the second and third string quarterbacks. But for now, Quentin had to bite his tongue and wait. If Pine made the offense look easy, Yitzhak illustrated how difficult it really was. He seemed to read the defense fairly well, but he did not possess Pine's pinpoint accuracy. We're gonna go a little long on this one. Sorry, this episode will be a little long. Yitzhak finishes 30 plays with 2 interceptions, 18 completions, and his 2 passes for 15-plus yards. Barnes, Hokor called. Let's see what you can do. And remember, this isn't punting practice. The defense laughed at Hokor's insult, and Quentin's face turned red. Obviously, the entire team knew of his embarrassing incident the day before. Well, they wouldn't be laughing for long. Quentin swaggered to the line. He'd watched the other 2 quarterbacks, and he'd watched the defenders. He knew how to run things. He lined up, feeling a surge of adrenaline pump through his veins. As Quentin bent down to start the play, the defensive players started calling out to him. "Hey, rookie!" John Tweedy yelled. "Throw it my way, pussy boy, and make me look good for the coach." "Come on, human," called Shoto the Bright, the Quith warrior that played right outside linebacker. "You nationalist racist scum, come make us subspecies look bad." "You won't last, human," said the left outside linebacker, number 58, Virak Amin. You're going to go back to your third world planet in a body bag. I should have killed you on the landing dock at the combine and just got it over with." Quentin smiled. He hadn't been taunted since halfway through his first season of football back home. It had taken his opponents that long to learn what he was all about, to learn that no matter what they said, he was going to tear their defense apart. The defense closed in for bump and run. The cornerbacks Berea and Davenport lined up directly over Scarborough and Haywick, respectively. Quentin scanned through the rest of the defense, but he'd already seen what he needed to see. Hut, hut, hut! He took a strong 5-step trot. Berea shoved Scarborough to the line of scrimmage, but Scarborough shucked her and streaked down the sidelines. Quentin saw Stockbridge, the strong safety, moving over the top to help Berea, but it was already too late. Quentin waited, then fired. The ball tore through the air in a shallow arc, hitting Scarborough in stride 30 yards downfield. Stockbridge pushed Scarborough out of bounds, a 35-yard gain. The Sklorno receivers on the sidelines hooted and clicked and jumped with excitement. "You took too long, Barnes," Hokor called. "You'd have never got that pass off. You've got to go through your reads quicker." Quentin put his hands on his hips and stared up at Hokor, who hovered 15 yards above the field in his little cart. Quentin stared for a few seconds more, then walked back to the line, shaking his head. Okay, this is longer than I thought. Let me see if I can get to the funny stuff with John Tweedy.
And unfortunately, you have talked about all the girls you like who are underage. And so we can't not do that bit.
We're doing that bit.
Okay.
So we are doing that bit. Well, this took longer than I thought, you guys. So maybe we'll come back to it next week. But we'll just do this little bit for you. Quentin's patience hit a dead end. He pointed his finger at John Tweedy. "Fuck him and fuck you, Tweedy," Quentin yelled. Tweedy's mocking salary turned into a gleeful snarl. "Well, show me what you got, bitch. So far you ain't got shit." "I will poke out your eyes and skull fuck you," played across Tweedy's face tattoo. Quentin watched it for a second, then shook his head, trying to concentrate. So that's how the original rookie went. Way too dense on a football. Maybe a little bit free with the insults.
Well,
Maybe.
it was a different. I mean, to be fair, it was definitely a different time too.
It was a different time, and that's the way people talked on a football field way back when.
True. Although you did the in a body bag.
I'm gonna send you back home in a body bag.
Which Steve Rickenberg and I know as one of Scott's grounding, like getting into character phrases.
All right, there will be no questions tonight because we have to get to the segment that I have now teased several times called "All the Girlies I Like Are
Nelson
Underage."
was like, "Dude, I gotta see this.
Okay.
I'm a little worried."
All right. Oh, you should be a lot worried, dude. This is really, really something. Plus, we're gonna have a nice philosophical discussion after this description. So, A got some pictures from her mom cleaning up the house, sent a bunch of Polaroids, bunch of pictures, basically saying like, "Hey, I don't want these back. You don't like them, throw them out. I'm old. Getting rid of these damn things." Before I get to that, let me talk to you about my theory about face math. I have a thing called face math, which is that we all of us, we like what we like. We are often attracted to a particular thing or set of things that we see. For me, I'm a big face guy. I can't define it, but there are certain configurations of size of eyes, distance of eyes from the nose, size of mouth, and so all the structure of the face where I look at a human being and like, "Oh, that's hot as hell." And so I call it face math because what I like, somebody else might not like. What somebody else might go crazy for, I might not like. Yeah,
I have to say one thing though. So this is actually true of Scott. The people I did like, oh, that's a good looking person. They have a specific for him face math. But when we were first, like one of the first times we were talking about this, he's like, some people like, you're a guns girl. Like I'm a face guy. And I was like, let's never say this again because that sounds so creepy. And he was like, I am absolutely a face guy. I
don't think it's quite as creepy as you made it out to say. So basically, all of us, everyone in this chat room, no matter what you were attracted to, if you're attracted to anything at all, there's a cladogram, there's a certain grouping. Like when you see, you might take the 10 people you think are the hottest people you've ever seen, put them together. Like, yeah, I see a few commonalities here. There's a certain group of things. So, and A has always, A has perfect face math for me. I get to wake up every morning and see A, and it's my favorite part of the day. A is my favorite thing. She is the best. And hot like fire. And now we go on to
all the women you love.
Now we go on to this. I gotta find it. Oh, please tell me it's here somewhere. Jesus. Oh, there it is. It's the A hottie. Okay, so first of all,
oh my goodness,
the first picture A shows me.
Guys.
This is A's freshman picture, and
what in the 80s?
Crack up. I can't. I might have gotten in trouble. I don't know. I crack up. I'm like, oh my God, baby. Oh my God, look at that crazy 80s hair. Are you kidding me with that?
What in the desperately
with the
seeking
flipped up
fashion?
collar. Flipped up collar. If there's not an Izod on that sweater, there should be an Izod on that sweater, guys.
That was not an Izod. That was some kind of crazy flammable, came from Hot Topic business.
My God.
A popped collar, acrylic earrings, a fake pearl necklace because I had to be desperately seeking something the fuck. I don't know. Also, if you can't tell, my hair is sort of shaved on this side. I have such fine hair, you guys. But what I wanted was this like Berlin-esque. If you're old enough, you'll know Berlin. No, that's different. It's riding on the metro.
Okay.
But she had that super straight haircut. That's what I wanted. But my hair does not do that. So instead, I shaved it on this side, and then it spiraled down to this. Oh my goodness! And how about all those spots? Why did I put on makeup but not concealer? What?
This is not the picture.
Oh my
that
goodness.
made me. This is not the picture that made me question my ability to evaluate things as a grown ass man. That's coming up next. So I look at this and I'm like, oh my God, my beautiful ugly duckling. I'm like, I show you my freshman pictures. They're a shit show. They're just amazing.
They are.
They are amazing. And I could not possibly look scrawnier or nerdier or more like, I look like I was on cocaine all the time. All the time.
And what was my choice with those eyebrows? Because I
don't know.
I have to draw them in all the time. So what was?
But at the same time, I look at this and I'm like, okay, I can see the fledgling. I can see the beginnings of the face math. What's that? Who's it? A power Karen. Jen Lenny says a power Karen's in the making. I can see the early equations, the early arithmetic that would go on to become the geometry that I have fallen hopelessly in love with. So I like this picture. It's very nice. I dig it quite a lot. And then flip the pictures. And this next picture, this is where it gets uncomfortable. You need to give me the floor. This next picture comes up, and two things get said in rapid succession. The first one is me. The second one is A. So here's the first thing that comes up. This pops up, and I go, oh, yeah. Oh, I would hit that. And A says, I'm 17 in that picture.
16 in that picture.
I'm 16 in that picture, and I'm like, and you could feel all my soul go, "Aboo."
I'm 16.
And Scott realized he had made a massive social faux pas, and that he was probably in a lot of trouble, and the local police department had put his name on a register,
But you can
because this is only a couple of years different. But I look at this picture, I'm like, that's, you know what, that's my girl right there.
Well, but you're also an 80s baby, so this is the perm.
Well, that's
the 80s
part of it,
perm. It's the beginning of my 80s perm face. Also, clearly don't know how to do my makeup at all. Probably wearing a nightgown. Let's be honest.
This is
Probably
where,
wearing my mom's nightgown.
This is where it gets philosophical, though. So if I had seen a picture of if it's 2022 and I see a picture of a 17-year-old and I go, oh, I definitely hit that. That's not a good thing.
It's not a good
We can
thing,
all
no.
agree that's not a good thing. However, let's bring in the qualifications, baby, shall we? Let's bring in the parameters. Number one, there's only a year and a half age difference between us.
Yeah.
So when I think about it, number one, first thing, as we sort of, time map our lives and time map, our relationships, etc., I would have been 18 when the buttercup you see on the screen
was taking my own things with the Kodak disc.
when she's throwing that shoulder back and being like, "What's up, fellas?" She would have been 17, 16 and a half, 17, like a year and a half difference. So like at that point, clearly if an 18-year-old goes to pick up a 16 and a half-year-old girl, the parents would be like, "We need to ask you some questions, young man. We need to ask you some questions." And I would have answered those questions because I've been in that situation when I was friggin' 18. It's perfectly normal. People got to be on guard, and yet it's still fucking perfectly normal. Jude weighing in, Brolo saying still got the 8-head.
Yeah, I do still have
The
the
other
same
thing is
8
this.
head.
The other thing I would like to say in my own defense is I now believe, as I scramble to find a way to explain my outburst, I now believe there are visual, stylistic cues that cue us all in to that particular, that teenage to early adult time. And there's a certain quality to the photo. There's a hairstyle. There's a makeup style. There are certain things that sort of instantly teleport you back into time to be like, that's a girl who would have been in my English class
Absolutely
when
true.
I was in high school.
Yeah, absolutely true.
And I would have absolutely stammered my way to find a way to talk to that girl in my English class because there's no way I can not talk to that girl in my English class, right?
And when you talk to that girl, would you tell her to blend her concealer under her eyes? Somebody should have told her to blend in that concealer under her eyes.
There's a way worse picture, which I'll call up if we have time, which shows that you did not know how to manage the cheek area at all.
At all. But also, since
Michael Grace gets it. Exactly. That's a fly girl. People who are kids now don't understand that word. They don't get it. But in our age bracket, like that explains everything. So
we got to keep that freshman photo on that screen, don't we?
all right, we'll do one more. We'll do one more to show. So, philosophical discussion. I meant to have a discussion and educate everyone on the sliding scale of visual reference and how we root certain visual references in a certain era of time and map that to an age that we are in. So when I say I'd hit that is not necessarily should not put me in jail for all the girlies I like are underage.
Twisted himself all the way up.
It was a moment. It was a moment. Oh no, you're the one who said, "Wait,
can we show the better photo?"
I will. First of all, you're trying to downplay like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad, baby." Let's do this. Role play. Ready? You're going to look at the camera. You're going to look at the camera, pretend to look at a photo, and you're going to say, "Oh, I'd hit that." And then I will do your line. Ready?
Oh, I'd hit that.
I was 17 in that photo.
Okay, I was fucking with you. That's fair.
Oh, why? Now you tell me. Jesus.
Oh, Lord sakes. Melissa, good question. My mom was a nurse and she was often a night shift nurse, but she said she wasn't put on this planet to be a cook or a fashionista. She was just a sex symbol or something like that. And so she didn't teach me a lot about makeup.
Here we go. This, ladies and
no.
ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, the eyebrows got better from 9th grade. The eyebrows got better from 9th grade.
Oh my God. Let me just get this shrunk. I got this shrunk down. And then you can see that's why we talk about this. Watch out, I gotta do that, and then a little bit of this. And then I shrink the whole thing down. And there we go. And this, ladies and gentlemen,
sakes alive.
It's a very subtle difference because this is like, that's a cute human who doesn't know how to manage her makeup. And it was the same photo shoot, apparently. So just in this lighting, you've got kind of a cherubic look going on.
Sure.
As if you're selling cotton candy at the circus to some extent.
In my defense, you could not immediately look at the photos you took on the Kodak disc. So I had no idea. You kids today.
I saw at the same time that picture and you now, and I'm like, wow, that's significantly different. I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to jail for this one. No, I'm not.
Thank God.
Ooh, Jesus.
Can we please show the one salvageable photo?
You want the senior photo? All right. You asked for it. All right.
I mean, it's not great, but it's not this. I still don't get my eyebrows.
All right. Hold on. Let's call it up. And if any of you guys got to go home, go home. It's all good. It's all good.
Still
It's all
have
good.
triangular perm, but it's shorter.
This one here, Pumpkin?
That one. Also,
Yeah.
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 Still don't really know what I'm doing with my eyebrows. Oh, let me lean in.
Nope, I gotta go this way.
Look at that hair, dudes. Here's the thing about this hair. So I had dyed my hair. I wanted to dye my hair.
Oh, Brown Canis, that's you get 10 experience points for that. Great line. See, he said, the earlier photo, he said, that makes me blush, but not that much.
So good.
Sweetheart, what year was the last picture in this picture? Can you remember?
So the
Mike Jan, that's what I thought too. Why so serious? Wait, no, let's call it back up. As long as we're going all in, let's call it back up.
oh my god.
Why so serious?
Oh my god. Okay, so this photo is 2 years after the freshman photo.
Okay.
And about a little less than 2 years before this photo.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
In this photo, I
Oh
about
my
a
God.
month and a half before this, I had tried to be like emo goth, whatever it was back in the day, and I tried to dye my hair like a Kelly green, but I knew nothing about anything about how to dye my hair. So all I did was make it like army green, and I already had the perm, so it was over processed. So what you can't really see here is my hair is so incredibly fried, but I didn't.
Yeah, Danny,
I needed like
exactly.
one. This was my senior portrait.
Jason, shut your mouth. Are you trying to say you were born about the time A was a high school senior?
I
God
mean,
damn it.
probably.
Burn in hell.
Probably.
Burn in hell. That's it.
Oh,
yeah,
my
Michael
goodness.
Grace, Breakfast Club, exactly. Michael Grace hitting everything tonight. He's like Fly Girl, Breakfast Club. You got it nailed, bro. You got it nailed.
I get the Molly Ringwald.
Oh my
quite a
God, I
lot.
guess I'm
Yeah.
snotting on myself. Oh, Jesus. All right, so.
What was I thinking in those nightgown? Who let me take nightgown photos?
Can you jot down what Jen Lundy's asking for? Jen Lundy's asking for, she says she would like to see A and Scott pick side by side from the same time in high school.
We can do that.
But I think we do have to adjust it, right? So like we need a picture of me as a sophomore when you're a freshman, right? Because I'm year advanced.
Either way, or both.
All right, we show as freshman.
And maybe we'll look in the yearbooks too.
As I'm quietly campaigning to show the less ridiculous pics of me as I got older. I mean, the senior pictures are still ludicrous. I had no idea.
mean,
I had no
whose
idea
aren't?
how life worked.
Oh,
Ludicrous.
I know who's aren't. People who are 18. People who are 18 and 19, they're like, I rocked that. But,
So therefore, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is.
I was so earnest, and that has
To
not
be
changed
fair,
one bit.
I would like to defend myself for one moment. I look at this picture right here, and my first reaction was not, "Oh, I'd hit that." No, that was not my first reaction at all. Not one bit at all. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Citizen Gold has no pictures of your kid. Jesus,
Yeah,
that's
you
rough,
know,
dude.
and
You should. I don't. You sort of be thankful. It's also really fun. It's really fun to look back at yourself at this early age when you know back then you thought you had everything figured out, like everything figured out. And now we're at our age where we have nothing, not one goddamn.
Nothing
The
figured
only
out.
thing I know is my dogs are awesome and I love this woman to a fault. That's all I got. Everything else, I'm like, I thought I knew shit, but apparently I don't know a goddamn thing at all. I was pretty sure I knew how this shit worked, and now there's this shit, and I don't know how anything works. Jesus Christ. But so you look at the pictures of yourself at 18, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and you just look at it, and you sort of look like, look at that smarmy motherfucker.
Right.
That smarmy motherfucker thought they knew everything,
And you
they
know what,
didn't
babe?
know shit.
And you know what, Tiny, you go, little rock star. You enjoy that time in your life where you
Yeah,
thought
enjoy
you had
it.
it all figured out.
Enjoy it. I tell my nephews and nieces right now, I find subtle ways to tell them, like, all the stuff you're telling me about, politics and your beliefs and all this other, you wallow in it. You should enjoy. You should rub it all over yourself and get a coat of it. Put it on, and to be able to put that coat on a hanger and put it in the
Saturday night
closet.
mask.
Put it in the closet so that 20 years from now you look in that closet and go, Jesus, I wore what? That's kind of what we're after. All right. Oh my God, that was fun. This is a fun show.
Christy
That
McCullough,
concludes
I will
our-
make sure that he does that. YouTube messages.
That concludes our segment entitled All the Girlies I Like Are Underage. We'll never do this segment again because there's no way to do this segment that won't First of all, we're not getting it. We're just done. That's out. That was our brand new segment. I hope you enjoyed it. It will never be back again. And let's find other pictures of you being all smoking in high school. I can't. I'm sorry, dude. I'm like I'd have been a senior, you'd have been a sophomore, and be like, "What's up, girl? You need some help with that English homework?" And she'd be like, "I got all A's in English." I'd be like, "Girl, I need some help with my English homework." I'd have swung it. I'd have spun it and be like, "One way, we got to figure this out."
Okay, so Citizen Gold, I actually don't have a ton of photos of myself. These actually just came from my folks this week. And here's what I'll tell you is, we showed you those because they were fun. I have probably 75 to 100 photos, and most of them are all those other photos on the Kodak disc roll. And they're completely fuzzy or useless, but you couldn't tell back in the day or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know if you would be happy or not happy to have them, but there's a few of them, but there's a lot of them that was kind of nothing.
Hope you guys had a good time with us tonight. We had a blast. I've been working my ass off on the CRYPT. I was going to talk a little bit about some CRYPT stuff. Oh, shit. I blocked Michael Grace. God damn it. I hit the wrong thing.
We will fix that.
Oh, no. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it right now.
So I will talk about these.
Michael, hold on tight, buddy. I'm going to figure this out.
Sorry about that, Michael.
Shit, how do I do this?
If you guys, you work on that. Quieter.
Filtering.
And I will say, as ever, and
no, this sucks. Michael Grace was killing it tonight. He was all over everything.
Can you just look?
Wait.
Yeah. As ever, if you want to email us about anything at all, ideas for SIGLERinPLACE, anything that you need that's a problem, anything like that, go ahead and email info@emptyset. Info@emptyset right up there. That's the best way to get in touch with me. I know I'm on Facebook right now, but I don't often go into my DMs on Facebook because there be dragons. It's terrible in there.
Baby,
so
just go ahead and finish it. I got to find it right now.
All right, cool.
I cannot have Michael Grace blocked.
So anything you need, you email us at info@emptyset. That would be the best thing. You can send in ideas for SIGLERinPLACE. You can send in photos. We loved this week. We got so many cool, up-to-date photos of you guys. So send in your dogs, send in your mooses, send in your hippos, send in whatever, and all of the celebrations that you want to celebrate. We're coming into like celebration season, so people will have birthdays and Father's Day and Mother's Day and all that stuff. Send it to me. I want to share with you.
Michael Grace, I'm pretty sure you were Michael Grace in the chat, but could you just email info@emptyset with whatever name you were using in the chat, just in case I'm missing a letter or some shit like that? He hasn't shown up, has he?
I don't think he has shown up.
Because I think
Jason, we did not do that because the reading of the Ricky went way too long to do questions. That was our first question, so it'll be our first question next week. But I still have it on the top of the list.
I got this up. I'm going to figure this out. Reagan, stay on. I'm going to call up the Twitch thing as soon as we officially sign off, and I'm going to see if I can get you hooked up.
So before we leave, I've got two more things to say. One, Karen Poston McDonald says the baby who was born during this show not being named, or the baby who is not being named Guru, is doing awesome. So congratulations to you and your whole family. And we will be back next week.
Oh my God. Can I read this?
Sure.
Can I read this? We'll be back next week, Wednesday, May 11th, 2022, which is Hostess Cupcake Day. Yes. Yes. One of my favorite treats of all time. But before they changed the recipe, and now it's okay. It's not, I'll eat it. It's not the same thing. But back in the day, you get yourself like 3 2-packs of Hostess cupcakes and a pint of milk. No, what is a quart of milk? Quart of milk. And you just sit there and you watch TV and you just eat cupcakes and you drink milk. And it was glorious. And of course, that was also in the 20s when you can eat whatever you want. Not gaining weight. I got metabolism.
So we're going to try the new Hostess formulation cupcakes next week because it's Hostess Cupcake Day. And until then,
Jason Brown, you need to eat. If there's a way to infuse Hostess cupcakes with vodka, you must email that to info@emptyset. I want to hear about that. Thank you very much.
Until then, thank you guys for sharing this hour plus with us. It's always a bright spot in our week, and we're grateful for it. And until we see you next week on Hostess Cupcake Day.
Hashtag rescue Michael.
We're going to rescue Michael. We know Michael, so that will be okay.
Shoot.
But until we see you next week on Hostess Cupcake Day, we want you to stay safe.
We want you to stay smart.
We absolutely need you to stay science on a whole
And hospitalizations are swinging back up again in New York and all over the country. Just take your time, relax, breathe a little. You're probably fine, but pay attention to what's going on in your area and choose your entertainment options accordingly, which is another way of saying, for the love of science, stay informed. All right.
You guys are killing it in the chat room. Free Michael. Free Michael. I love you, Jude.
All right. I gotta get.
So we're gonna kiss off into the sky.
This is
I think,
officially.
or
We're gonna
not?
kiss off in the sky. Then we're gonna hold for a moment. Holding pattern. You guys can hang out if you want, but it's gonna be very boring because I'm gonna launch a browser with Twitch and see if I can get a mod hooked up.
Dude,
Michael's
we
mad at
didn't
me.
laugh this
I know Michael's mad. He's got text magic in his fingers right now. He's like frustrated, you rebel scum.
We didn't even laugh this hard when we were high, you guys.
All right, so ready for the kiss off in the sky?
Yes.
We gotta switch back to the main camera. I've got my. I think this is the block list. I'm not entirely sure. It's up on the screen. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
You're not cutting it off, right? Yeah. Okay, good.
Freeze frame. And we're done. All right, you guys, go home. We're now doing pickup stuff.
Timothy Clark says telethon for Michael.
We should do that in 3 weeks to Michael Grace. Oops, sorry. Hold on. Now I'm getting. Oh my God, you're killing me. Twitch is killing me. If you're still here, I guarantee you, this is the most boring shit in the world. Go home.
Go.
It's over. Go
Nicely
home.
done.
It's over.
Your 80s crush.
And I got. Okay, here we go. Got this
Oh, you know what? If you're still here, hang on.
token. I got to do a token now. Jeez, oh Pete, this is crazy. This is being sent to. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not it. I told you guys it's gonna be very boring. I got an authenticator app. Okay, AUTH authenticator, and I don't have a Twitch authenticator. Gosh darn it, I don't even know how
They
to do this.
always join us. Can you switch to this camera? Does that matter?
Yeah, I can do that. Sure.
They always join us, so we dress them up for May the 4th.
Well, this isn't boring. I told everybody's gonna be boring.
She's got her little stormtrooper Easter
Right,
spring wear
how do I
on.
request the code via SMS? I sound like my mom right now. How do you request the code via SMS? How do you do this? Request SMS. It will be the button that says request SMS, I guess. Let's see. Reagan, the things I do.
Mike Jan says these Marvel post-credit scenes are getting worse and worse.
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, 15 experience points. Well done. Okay, now we're in Twitch, Reagan. We're working on this right now, and God damn you! I don't want to hear your music, sir. I'm sure it's wonderful, but I do not care. Yeah, Reagan, I think
1-800 save Mike.
Reagan sent tips for Facebook. Oh man, I can't keep track of this. Hold on. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tell you all to kiss off in the sky again. I'm gonna start a Twitch specific stream, and hopefully we'll get Reagan dialed in. So all of you are fantastic, but now I will. Reagan, stay on Twitch, please, and watch for my Twitch to go live, which I guess is a thing. And now we're gonna stop streaming. You ready?
Yes.